This is how to get money to make your movie and how to do it without doing Kickstarter, GoFundMe, or any of the crowd fundraising platforms. The number one reason for this is because those platforms rely on you having a following or people supporting you in order for you to sort of make bank. Now, there's also sort of the rare cases where you have a good enough idea that it goes viral, but chances are you're really banking your entire movie off of virality, when you should be banking it off of solid metrics. Solid metrics are knowing that you have 100 friends who have enough money to put money into your project and they've given you the thumbs up to do so. If you don't have that, or you don't have the marketing spend or time to do a Kickstarter, put your time and resources into other things, which I would recommend knocking on people's doors. Talk to those who have a little bit of extra cash, mom and dad, Grandpa Joe, your rich lawyer friend that you know, or someone who actually has an interest in making movies, but doesn't necessarily know what to do with the resources. There's usually like one random, somewhat rich person that you know who's really cool, and they're in your network somewhere. This is the time to talk to them and see if they want to help you out. You're like, no, it will never work for me. I can't, no. I'm telling you right now, it works. I've done it on multiple projects, and I was able to finish my first feature film because I was able to get help and assistance from an incredible human being who financed the last chunk of my movie. All because I asked. Do not be afraid to ask for favors, funding, or Facebook for potential community to access. Those outlets are all available for you, and it's better to ask questions and get a no than to leave it open and get an I don't know. The big one is to self-finance. Every single project that I've done that I've been super duper proud of has been a result of self-financing. It's been taking pocket change out. And you're like, Zach, well, with rent, with groceries, with taking care of lifestyle stuff, I don't have enough money to fund my film. And I get it. You have expenses, you have things in your life. Take a little bit of pocket change out every single month and do a 3-month investment. So whatever money that you can take out every single month to put towards your movie, whether that's $100, $200 a month, after 3 months, take that accumulated cash and put that towards the production of your film. As that 3 months happens, put the next 3 months into the post-production of your film. So over 6 months, you'll have enough money to put towards your first film. Now, this might not be a lot of money, but just remember that my first short film that got converted into a feature film and got fully financed was for under $200. Which leads me into my next point, which is don't be afraid to just shoot a short film or a proof of concept before doing your big grand scale epic film. Every proof of concept that I've created has gone and brought me much larger opportunities. Don't disregard a low budget short film just because you want to stroke your ego and do a large feature film with a ton of crew and extras and all of that stuff. If you beg, borrow, and steal for your first short film and leverage everything at your network, you're able to create something for $0 to no dollars, and whatever funding and financing that you have, put that into the budget of your film, and more importantly, put that into the post-production of your film. The next thing that I'm gonna say is do not buy camera gear. Don't buy any gear for your first film. If you don't have any gear, invest this into renting stuff. Renting stretches way further because in reality, if you're working with a cool rental house, ask them if you can use their gear for a low to free reduced price. Meaning, can I get this camera because I'm trying it out, I'm an up and coming filmmaker and I'm making my first short film. It would mean the world if you guys could give me a reduced, if not a free rate on this film. Get a basic lighting kit, maybe some audio stuff, and a camera. First 3 years of my career, I borrowed and rented so much gear to the point where then I was able to self-finance myself and start buying stuff, but I didn't own any of my gear for probably the first 4 years of my career, and then eventually it slowly accumulated with like a little SLR, but like the last thing you wanna do is to buy an expensive camera, like a Red that's like, you know, $10,000 or $20,000 and then basically blow your whole film budget. Like I made my first feature film for the price of a Red Epic, which is crazy. The other thing that you can do is to hire on people who have their own gear. So for example, if you know someone who's into sound engineering, hire them on to doing the audio for your film. If you know someone who likes to shoot for fun and has a camera, get them to be your DOP. Starting out, the most important thing is leveraging a network, accessing whatever cash you have available and putting it into what hops up on screen. to get it to the final point. So you need to think a little bit ahead. Is buying a camera going to get the film finished, or is having that money to put into production, post-production, hiring a cast, going to do that? So what do you put your money into? What should you actually put the cash that you have available into on your project? I would highly recommend investing into good sound, good post sound. If you don't know how to edit, get a good editor. And finally, hire a cast. Hire whatever actors you can get. That might be $100 a day, $200 a day to get a good actor for your film. Good sound and great acting go such a long way further than cinematography, cameras that you're using, interesting lighting techniques. You could have really good audio, terrible camera quality, but amazing acting, and your film is gonna be great. If you guys like more stuff like this, you guys can check out Pocket Film School. Pocket Film School is an online learning program, and we actually dig deeper, way deeper into a whole half-an-hour episode where we talk about how to get actual financing on a much larger scale, as well as when you're starting out sort of doing the mom and dad, working in mom and dad's basement sort of thing, which what I started with.
So, financing. How do we fund a movie? I mean, traditionally, when we're packaging a feature, we sort of bring in elements that will garner investors, and those investors will be there because they'll see profit coming out at the back end of the movie when it gets distributed, whether or not it's going to theaters or selling to an SVOD service like Netflix. Financing in the feature film world, though difficult, is a somewhat straightforward process because we know that there is at least a profit cycle. Now, for you guys, financing a short film is a bit of a different question. Let me say first, I would refrain from using the word invest. This is something that I see a lot of young filmmakers tossing around, and just know that investment means you're putting money into something with the intention of seeing money out of it. Now, there are other forms of investment as well, and that's sort of what we're going to get into. But just know that if you walk around saying, hey, will you invest in my movie? Short films don't have a very large medium to actually license content on. That could change. By the time you're watching this, that could be totally different. But right now, short films are used primarily as a calling card and as a sort of experimental playground for filmmakers like you to try on different hats and try out different themes and motives and really stretch your muscles as creative people. That being said, to get a movie financed as a short film, there are still possibilities. There's three main ways I'm going to tell you.
My partners in crime, AJ and Carl Janice, do a great deep dive into talking about how to get actual financing for your film, everything from building and developing a pitch package, to creating a proof of concept, to then actually finding the outlets that are proper for your film. If you guys are interested in learning more about the filmmaking process, definitely recommend taking a look at pocketfilmschool.io. There will be a link in the description below or in the bio of this Instagram video, depending on where you're watching this video. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you got enough knowledge out of this, and I will see you guys in another video. Keep making some great stuff.